When a man feels authentic love, it is rarely announced with extravagant words or grandiose declarations. Love in its truest form manifests in the subtlety of presence. It is in the quiet attentiveness, the way he notices the slightest shifts in your mood, or the gentle curiosity with which he approaches your thoughts and feelings. Presence is not mere physical proximity. It is an attunement of the mind and heart, a willingness to engage with your existence fully and consistently. When he is present, his attention is not fragmented by distractions, social performance, or fleeting desire. Instead, it is focused, deliberate, and unwavering. This kind of attention communicates safety and recognition. It tells you that you are seen not as an ideal or a reflection of his desires, but as a whole, evolving individual. Presence becomes a language of love that transcends words, for it carries the weight of understanding, care, and respect. You feel it in the way he listens without interruption, in the small gestures that show thoughtfulness, and in the patience he exhibits when life's complexity challenges both of you. It is in these moments that you perceive the depth of his devotion, the authenticity that cannot be fabricated or hurried. The man who loves authentically invests himself in your presence, not out of obligation or habit, but out of a genuine engagement with the reality of who you are. This attentiveness fosters an invisible yet profound connection, one that strengthens over time because it is grounded in sincerity rather than performance. To recognize this kind of love is to feel it, the reassurance of being truly noticed, the calm certainty that comes from knowing someone values your being without condition or expectation. Authentic love expressed through presence also reveals itself in consistency. It is not sporadic or dependent on mood or circumstance. You notice patterns. He shows up when he says he will, he engages with your world, and he maintains a steady attentiveness that is as comforting as it is rare. There is an alignment between his inner experience and his outward behavior, a congruence that signals integrity. When love is authentic, it does not rely on constant verbal affirmation or dramatic displays. The consistency of presence itself becomes the message. It teaches patience and gratitude, and it allows intimacy to unfold naturally. Over time, the accumulation of these small, mindful acts constructs a psychological and emotional safety net. This is how trust and attachment are built, not through declarations that may fade with novelty, but through a steady, enduring attention that communicates worth, significance, and respect. Love grounded in presence acknowledges that words are fragile, often insufficient, but the attentive consciousness behind them carries permanence. It is through this lens that one can discern the difference between fleeting attraction and the quiet power of a man who loves authentically, a presence that enriches life simply by being consistently engaged, attentive, and aware of the other's existence. When a man experiences authentic love, he does not conceal his emotions behind masks of stoicism or performative strength. Emotional transparency is the hallmark of a heart that is willing to be known, fully and without reservation. This does not mean oversharing every fleeting thought, but rather a conscious willingness to reveal the depths of his inner world, his hopes, his uncertainties, his vulnerabilities. In doing so, he creates a space where intimacy can flourish, a space where connection is not built on appearances or assumptions, but on the honest exchange of inner realities. When he communicates his emotions with clarity and sincerity, it signals that his investment in the relationship is genuine and enduring. He does not manipulate or control through hidden motives. His expressions of feeling are straightforward, coming from a place of care and recognition of your presence. This transparency fosters trust because it removes the layers of pretense that often obscure authentic human interaction. It is in this raw openness that love finds its most resilient form, for it is anchored not in illusion or desire for validation, but in the deliberate choice to engage with the other person as a complete human being. Emotional transparency also manifests in the way he navigates difficult moments. Love is not a constant of joy alone. It requires confronting conflict, discomfort, and uncertainty with honesty. A man who feels authentic love does not retreat into silence to avoid confrontation, nor does he weaponize emotions to assert control. Instead, he approaches these moments as opportunities for shared understanding and mutual growth. He communicates not only his feelings but also his intentions, making it clear that his engagement with you is conscious and deliberate. This clarity allows both partners to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, creating a dynamic where emotional intelligence and empathy guide the interaction. The courage to be vulnerable without fear of judgment reflects a deeper awareness of the self and the other, demonstrating that love is not dependent on perfection but on authenticity. In witnessing this openness, you perceive that the connection is not superficial or transient. It is rooted in the deliberate, conscious choice to share the self fully, to engage in the ongoing, evolving process of mutual recognition and support. Moreover, emotional transparency strengthens the foundation of trust and respect in the relationship. When a man is willing to reveal his emotional landscape, he is signaling that he respects both himself and you enough to allow the truth to be known. This honesty becomes a mirror, reflecting a sense of integrity and consistency that builds confidence in the bond. You begin to recognize patterns of authenticity, seeing that his words and actions align with his inner state. Over time, this transparency cultivates a profound intimacy, one that transcends physical or superficial attraction and touches the very essence of relational depth. Love expressed in this manner is sustainable, resilient, and transformative, for it is based on clarity, honesty, and the fearless sharing of the self. Through emotional transparency, the man who loves authentically invites you into the fullness of his being, fostering a connection that is both profound and enduring, marked by understanding, empathy, and mutual respect. Authentic love is revealed most clearly through consistency in support. When a man truly loves, his care does not fluctuate with convenience or mood. It is steady, intentional, and present through both joy and challenge. This support is not about grand gestures alone, though those may occur. It is most profoundly shown in the small, reliable actions that demonstrate attentiveness to your life and well-being. He shows up when you need him, not out of obligation but because he values you as a person. His presence becomes a quiet assurance, a constant thread weaving through the fabric of your shared experiences. Through consistent support, he communicates that his love is not fleeting or conditional, but a deliberate choice, renewed daily. This steadfastness fosters trust and stability, allowing the relationship to flourish even in moments of uncertainty. When support is genuine and consistent, it becomes a sanctuary, a space where vulnerability is safe and intimacy can deepen. Consistent support also means standing beside you during challenges, not just celebrating victories. Life inevitably presents hardships, moments of doubt, and situations that test resilience. A man who feels authentic love does not retreat when difficulties arise. Instead, he engages with you, offering strength, patience, and guidance without judgment. He recognizes that love is not a passive experience but an active engagement requiring effort and dedication. By maintaining presence and support even during trials, he demonstrates that his care is anchored in the recognition of your inherent worth, not in fleeting circumstances or personal gain. This form of love transcends the superficial and is rooted in the deliberate choice to be reliable, steadfast, and aligned with your growth and well-being. It is in these moments that the depth and authenticity of his feelings are revealed most clearly. Moreover, consistent support reflects a deeper psychological awareness. It signals that he understands love as a reciprocal dynamic, not a transactional exchange or performative duty. His reliability communicates that he values your emotional, mental, and spiritual balance and seeks to foster an environment where you can thrive fully. This support is often subtle, expressed in acts of listening, encouragement, and mindful engagement, rather than dramatic displays. Over time, these repeated intentional actions cultivate trust and a sense of security. They create a rhythm to the relationship, a dependable cadence that strengthens intimacy and reinforces the bond. The man who loves authentically understands that true support is not sporadic or conditional. It is a constant, quiet affirmation of his commitment, reflecting a love that is both mature and enduring, capable of sustaining a deep, meaningful connection that grows stronger with shared experiences and mutual care. When a man feels authentic love, he recognizes and honors your individuality. Love is not an attempt to mold or possess you. It is a celebration of who you are as a complete, evolving human being. He sees the richness of your thoughts, the uniqueness of your emotions, and the integrity of your choices. This respect is expressed in subtle yet profound ways. He listens attentively to your ideas, supports your goals without imposing his own, and encourages your personal growth. He does not diminish or minimize your aspirations to fit his expectations. Instead, he creates a space where your identity can thrive independently, confident that true love does not require conformity. This kind of respect communicates that he values your essence rather than an idealized projection of who he wants you to be. It reflects an understanding that love flourishes when each person is free to express their full self without fear of judgment or control. In recognizing your individuality, he demonstrates a love that is conscious, intentional, and profoundly rooted in admiration for the whole of your being. Respecting individuality also means understanding boundaries. A man who loves authentically is attentive to the limits you set, whether emotional, mental, or physical, and he honors them without resistance or resentment. He does not seek to dominate, manipulate, or intrude, but rather aligns his actions with your comfort and autonomy. This respect extends to your opinions and decisions, even when they differ from his own. Authentic love values dialogue and negotiation rather than compliance, fostering a relationship where both voices carry weight. By honoring your independence, he signals that he is committed not to controlling your life, but to sharing it fully, recognizing the inherent dignity in your personal journey. Love grounded in respect for individuality acknowledges that the health of a relationship depends on the freedom and integrity of both partners, and that true connection emerges not from possession, but from mutual recognition and reverence. Furthermore, respect for individuality nurtures mutual growth and enrichment. When he encourages your personal development, he also engages in a reflective process, examining his own patterns, desires, and limitations. He understands that supporting your uniqueness strengthens the bond rather than threatening it, and he delights in witnessing your evolution. This respect fosters a deeper intimacy because it communicates trust, admiration, and an appreciation for complexity. It also creates a safe environment where you can explore your authentic self without fear of being judged or constrained. The man who loves authentically sees the value in difference, understanding that love is not about sameness, but about the harmonious coexistence of distinct identities. By honoring your individuality, he cultivates a connection that is resilient, balanced, and deeply fulfilling, where both partners can thrive independently while experiencing the profound intimacy that only conscious, authentic love can provide. A man who feels authentic love listens with intent and depth, not simply to respond, but to genuinely understand. Active listening is a deliberate engagement with your thoughts, emotions, and experiences. It involves more than hearing words. It is a conscious effort to perceive the meaning, the subtleties, and the unspoken truths within your expressions. When he listens this way, he demonstrates that your perspective matters profoundly to him, that your inner world is significant, and that he values the integrity of your experiences. This kind of listening fosters a sense of validation and safety, for you feel seen and acknowledged in a manner that goes beyond superficial attention. He absorbs your words, considers their implications, and reflects them back with empathy, showing that he is not merely present physically, but is attuned to your mental and emotional landscape. The depth of this engagement communicates love silently yet powerfully, establishing a bond rooted in mutual respect, recognition, and genuine curiosity about one another's inner life. Understanding accompanies active listening as it transforms attention into insight. When he listens deeply, he seeks not to judge or correct, but to comprehend the feelings and motivations that underlie your expressions. He endeavors to step into your perspective, recognizing the complexity and validity of your experiences. This empathetic approach allows him to respond thoughtfully, with care that resonates with the emotional truth of the situation. It also signals that his love is conscious and intentional, not reactive or superficial. By striving to understand, he acknowledges that authentic connection requires awareness of the whole person, the fears, hopes, contradictions, and dreams that make you who you are. In relationships, this level of engagement nurtures trust and intimacy, as it demonstrates a commitment to valuing and honoring your inner reality rather than imposing assumptions or expectations. Listening and understanding become acts of devotion that convey love as a lived experience rather than a concept. Active listening and understanding also contribute to conflict resolution and relational growth. A man who loves authentically approaches disagreements with curiosity and patience, seeking clarity rather than victory. He listens fully before responding and considers your viewpoint with care, ensuring that his words are informed by comprehension rather than impulse. This fosters an environment where difficult conversations become opportunities for insight and mutual learning rather than tension or alienation. Over time, this approach strengthens the psychological and emotional bond between partners, creating a space where both individuals feel heard, valued, and respected. Authentic love, expressed through active listening and understanding, transcends verbal communication. It is embedded in the quality of attention and presence. It signals that he is committed to engaging with your whole self, fostering a connection that is profound, resilient, and capable of enduring the inevitable complexities of human life, sustaining a love that is both conscious and transformative. Authentic love requires more than surface-level affection. It demands an understanding and acceptance of the complexities within oneself and the other. When a man feels genuine love, he acknowledges not only his strengths, but also his flaws, fears, and hidden impulses, what might be called the shadow aspects of his psyche. He does not project these unresolved elements onto his partner or deny their existence. Instead, he integrates them consciously, accepting that darkness and light coexist within him. This self-awareness allows him to love from a place of wholeness, untainted by idealization or illusion. By facing and embracing his own internal contradictions, he cultivates the capacity to engage with you honestly and without defensive mechanisms. Integration of the shadow is essential because it ensures that love is not reactive, possessive, or distorted by unacknowledged fears or unmet needs. A man who loves authentically demonstrates maturity, as he approaches the relationship with integrity, understanding that genuine connection is built on awareness, not fantasy. The integration of shadow also influences how he interacts with you. He does not seek perfection in either himself or his partner, recognizing that flaws are natural and human. This understanding allows him to navigate conflict with composure, to respond with empathy rather than defensiveness, and to embrace your own imperfections with acceptance rather than judgment. Love, when rooted in shadow integration, is resilient because it is anchored in reality rather than idealized projections. He can witness both the light and the dark within himself and within you, creating a space where vulnerability is safe and where emotional authenticity is honored. In this context, intimacy is deepened, not by the absence of struggle, but by the conscious engagement with the full spectrum of human experience. It is in this recognition of complexity that trust is strengthened, as each partner knows that love does not require performance or facade, but flourishes through honest, reflective presence. Furthermore, embracing the shadow enhances growth and transformation within the relationship. By acknowledging his own hidden aspects, a man becomes capable of facilitating a relational space where both partners can explore their inner worlds with courage and curiosity. He does not fear discomfort or conflict because he understands that these are natural components of human experience. This willingness to confront inner darkness allows him to respond with compassion, patience, and wisdom, fostering a partnership that evolves consciously rather than being guided by impulse or avoidance. The integration of shadow ensures that love is not shallow or fleeting. It is informed by insight, tempered by experience, and enriched by awareness. In loving authentically, he demonstrates that genuine connection is a process of continuous reflection and engagement, where the wholeness of self is honored and mirrored in the acceptance and understanding of the other. Authentic love is not measured by words or promises alone. It is expressed through a generosity of spirit. When a man loves genuinely, he gives freely of his time, attention, care, and energy, without expectation of reward or reciprocation. His gestures are not calculated or transactional. They flow naturally from a desire to nurture your well-being and to create connection. This generosity is subtle yet profound, appearing in acts of kindness, thoughtfulness, and attentiveness that may seem small on the surface but carry immense emotional significance. By offering his presence, support, and understanding without obligation, he communicates that your happiness, growth, and comfort are meaningful to him. Such love is selfless, yet it does not diminish his own identity or needs. Instead, it reflects a conscious choice to invest in the relationship with openness, mindfulness, and integrity. Generosity of spirit signals a love that is mature, grounded, and rooted in the recognition of the other as a whole person, deserving of care, respect, and attention. This generosity is evident not only in times of ease, but especially in moments of difficulty. When challenges arise, a man who loves authentically continues to give patiently and thoughtfully, offering support without resentment. He does not withdraw when circumstances are inconvenient or when personal effort is required. Rather, he understands that love is an active engagement, a practice that demands consistent investment of heart and attention. This willingness to act in alignment with care and compassion demonstrates that his love is not superficial or conditional. It reflects a deeper understanding that relationships thrive when nurtured through conscious, deliberate effort. By embodying generosity in both word and action, he creates a sense of emotional security, trust, and reciprocity, reinforcing the foundation of the relationship. Generosity becomes a language of love that conveys sincerity, commitment, and a deep appreciation for your presence in his life. Moreover, generosity of spirit extends beyond material or tangible expressions. It encompasses emotional and intellectual engagement as well. A man who loves authentically shares his thoughts, dreams, and reflections, inviting you into the fullness of his inner world. He listens to yours with care, supports your aspirations, and encourages your growth without envy or competition. This openness fosters a mutual exchange of energy and insight, creating a dynamic in which both partners feel seen, valued, and understood. In this way, generosity strengthens the psychological and emotional bond, enriching the relationship with depth, resilience, and meaning. Love expressed through generosity of spirit is not fleeting or performative. It is enduring, conscious, and transformative. It demonstrates that authentic connection is built on the free and deliberate sharing of self, a willingness to give wholly and attentively, and the cultivation of a relational space where both individuals can flourish in the presence of mutual care and respect. Authentic love is not a static connection. It is a dynamic force that inspires growth and transformation in both partners. When a man feels genuine love, he recognizes that the relationship is not merely about companionship or comfort, but about mutual evolution. He engages with you in a way that encourages exploration, self-awareness, and the development of your fullest potential. This transformation is not imposed or forced. It emerges organically from the shared journey of life. In his love, there is a conscious understanding that the presence of another person can illuminate hidden aspects of the self, provoke reflection, and catalyze growth. He does not seek to control or limit you, but instead creates an environment where both of you can confront challenges, explore dreams, and expand your understanding of life and of yourselves. Mutual transformation signifies a profound depth of care, where love becomes a vehicle for personal and relational evolution rather than mere satisfaction of desire or comfort. This transformative process requires awareness, openness, and commitment. A man who loves authentically recognizes that each relationship carries the potential to reveal strengths, weaknesses, and untapped capacities within both partners. He approaches this process with humility, patience, and respect, understanding that growth is gradual and requires collaboration rather than unilateral action. He encourages reflection, supports new perspectives, and celebrates the development of insight and resilience in both of you. Mutual transformation is not limited to intellectual or emotional growth. It encompasses the cultivation of character, empathy, and integrity, and it deepens the understanding of the human experience. By engaging with you in this way, he fosters a connection that is rich, enduring, and adaptive, capable of sustaining intimacy and connection even as life inevitably presents change, challenge, and uncertainty. Furthermore, mutual transformation strengthens the bond by creating a shared sense of purpose and meaning. Through this dynamic process, the relationship becomes a space of learning, experimentation, and conscious evolution. Love is not defined solely by comfort or attraction, but by the capacity to inspire and be inspired, to reflect and be reflected, and to support growth in both hearts and minds. A man who experiences authentic love understands that this transformation is reciprocal. His growth is intertwined with yours, and your evolution enriches his own experience of life and connection. By fostering mutual transformation, he demonstrates that love is a living, evolving phenomenon, one that deepens in significance as both partners engage fully, consciously, and courageously in the ongoing process of becoming. This understanding of love as mutually transformative ensures that the bond is resilient, meaningful, and capable of sustaining a deep, authentic, and enduring connection that transcends the superficial and touches the essence of human intimacy and growth.